Hey there, Siti here from Siti Nuriati Studio. Are you ready for another pastel art tutorial? I'm showing how I painted this lemon, layering different yellows for the skin. I use lemon yellow as my first layer and cover all of the lemon. Well, at least this part of the lemon in the center. So for this painting, I'm using Canson Mi-Tinte Touch paper. It's not the regular Canson pastel paper. This is the sanded version. It's very nice and thick. However, when I first started working with this paper, it was difficult to maneuver my pastel because the paper surface is very toothy and rubbery. Since I had just completed a painting using an ampersand pastel board, I wasn't quite pleased at first to transition from a smooth sanded texture to a rubbery sanded texture. However, this is my third day working on this painting, so I feel that I can handle this surface much better. My only complaint is that if you're looking to do really detailed work like me, this is not the kind of paper to use. Now, the mid part of this lemon has dark spots, so I just want to quickly put the marks with a black pastel so I won't lose the spots. I also want to put a mark where the brightest highlight is on this area under the dark marks. I use white and roughly put the layer here. Once I put the highlight in place, I can safely work on other parts of the lemon. Next, I use deep yellow and layer it on top of the first color. Working with pastel is so much easier as it's very forgiving. You can layer your light colors on top of your dark colors, and you can layer dark colors on the light areas. Although I'm only showing you a part of my coloring process, I'm using the same colors and steps for the other parts of the lemon. Now I take my raw umber heart pastel and blend the dark spot lightly. Also, I'm using a darker lemon yellow to soften the edges of the spots. You can see that I'm not worried about making smudges on the area as I'm just softening the spots' edges. I can also do this after I layer the surface and figure out where the spots are, but putting the marks now will make my job much easier later on when I do the detailing. You can see that I'm using a different range of yellow and orange to create the colors that I see from my lemon. Now I use gold ochre and layer the top part of the lemon to create an orangey brown. As you put more layers, blending the surface will become much easier. Now I use my raw umber heart pastel stick to blend and smooth out the area and also to increase the value on the edge where the leaf is. I add a bit of black to this part to darken the value where the leaf's edge is pointing to create a shadow. I use my heart pastel stick again to work as a blender and smooth it out. You might be tempted to use your pinky to blend, but trust me, layer at least 3 colors and use the pastel stick to blend the colors. You'll see that you will create a much more richer tone. I also find that this heart pastel works great as a blender. Of course, I use my fingers to blend the layers, but only after putting several layers of colors and smoothing out the edges. So to finish the lemon up, I used the deep yellow that I used earlier to blend the surface again. Next, I layer the surface with lemon yellow to correct the tone on the mid-top part of the lemon. This will bring back the lighter tone of the lemon. I hope you enjoyed watching how I came out with the color for this lemon. Are you interested in being the first to know when one of my new paintings is available for sale? If so, be sure to go to sitinuriatistudio.com and subscribe. Stay creative, and thanks so much for watching Siti Nuriati Studio.